Alright, so it's a little bit warmer today, and I wanted to get out here and start working on this. By the way, I did get another box in today, or a couple days ago. It is all the stainless steel brake lines for the whole car. So I did get those in. As you saw from the last video, I did get all the brake conversion parts in, brake master cylinder, brake booster, all the conversion stuff. In any case, I wanted to come out here and start working on this. And as I said before, I have never really worked on an American car. I mean, I've worked on American cars, but not doing the brakes and all that kind of stuff. Mostly like little engine stuff here and there. My main thing was working on Volkswagen stuff. So I'm not really used to this part here. But in any case, I got underneath here, and as you can see, the brake stuff underneath here, and I need to pull it all apart. I did get on YouTube, and I started looking it up, and the springs that are on here, according to everybody that I watched on here, they can be very dangerous, and you kind of need a spring tension or spring clamp to hold it in so that you can undo all this stuff. I was just going to take it apart by taking the spindle out with drum and everything and just pulling it all apart. But as I'm looking at it, it's not going to be that easy. So I figured I'd work on some other stuff today until I can get that spring clamp to hold that down. I thought about trying to put like a strap or something like that on it, but I could see myself really kind of getting hurt or whatever. So I do have other things on this car that I need to do. On the back here, which I'll show you here in a second. On the back here, let me get this little scooter thing out of the way here. 1 second. As I'm walking around here. Alright, you guys still with me here? Alright. So let me flip this around here. So, as we get to back here, sorry for my breathing, with the weather changing and all that kind of stuff, my sinuses aren't usually the best. I'm gonna walk out here and throw some of this stuff in the trash. I'll just take you guys with me. What do you think? So, in any case, get back to the car here. So back here, looks like somebody put some foam padding and screwed down a board here. I'm not sure what all that was about. So what I might do here in a second is see if I can roll some of these forward here. Somebody took some house speakers and recovered them like the rest of the interior. And so they just kind of sit over there. Nothing really going on with them. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull this interior out and kind of show you guys what we're working with here. So we'll take this out first. Throw that to the side. Take the second part out here. Yeah, somebody's done something in here. So we're gonna find out together. What do you guys think? Finding out together what they actually managed to do in here. Let's see here. I only see a couple screws here. So let's see if we can pull those out real quick. Let me get a... You know what I might do? I might sit you guys up here for a second so you guys can just kind of watch what we're doing. 1 second. should have brought my other piece out here. Sorry for the mess in the garage a little bit here, but let me get a wrench here real quick. We'll see what size we need here. Alright. Looks like I was pretty set on what size this needed to be. So we'll get, let's see if I can tilt this down so for you guys so you can see here. Wait a second. Okay, let me stand that up. We'll discover this both together. What do you think? All right. Whatever they did, they really put some. I don't know why they would put such. All right, and for the second one. I'm thinking if they put boards down like this, maybe there was some rust or something that happened through here. These screws that they put in here are actually pretty good size. I don't know why. So let's go ahead and pull this one up. Well, it actually doesn't look that bad. At least this part here. So let's go ahead and pull this board down. What do you guys think of that? Like, it's not too bad. Looks like there's a decent size down in here. There's a rust hole, but it's still got the original, looks like floor jack here. Yeah. Let's get this little board out of here. Let's see what it looks like underneath. Under here, oh, looks like some of the stuff is still stuck on there. So let's see if we can just pop this back a little bit. There we go. All right. I know I'm cheating a little bit by using a stick, but and it's kind of windy out here today. So let me go ahead and get this board out. So honestly, looking at this here, it looks like they just covered that up because it's got a few spots here and there, but overall it doesn't look bad, which kind of makes me happy. That actually looks pretty solid right there. You can see down where the drain hole was. Alright, so in one of the other videos I kind of told you that I would kind of fill you in on one of the reasons why this is so important to me. My dad was born in 1954. Awesome man. In 92, he became half paralyzed, and he's been half paralyzed ever since. At one point, he was able to actually walk around and do stuff, and and it wouldn't really affect him. I mean, he was half paralyzed, but he could still, throw his leg. And let me sit you guys up here to get you guys kind of. In any case, angle this a little bit better for you. All right, so in any case, he's been paralyzed since 92. I was still in school. He Spent 20 years in the military, got out in like 81 or something like that. 92, had a stroke, had paralyzed, and he's still joking around to this day. It's hard for him to actually get out of bed. We have to use a Hoyer lift, which is actually behind me. Needless to say, he doesn't get to get out much. Usually, the only time he ever gets to get out is for when he has like VA appointments. An ambulance has to come pick him up and drop him off. But here's the thing: when I got this car, I took some pictures of it, all that kind of stuff, and I took it in and I showed my dad. And my dad's never really got to ride in any of my projects. I had a Volkswagen bus that was slammed to the ground. You know, I wasn't able to really let him get out and ride in it. I also had, you know, a whole stack of other cars, Volkswagen buses, camper buses, Corvair that I had finished right before this one, multiple other cars, and my dad's never really got to take a ride in any of them. But my dad, when I told him about the Bel Air wagon, he said he would like to take a ride in it. Now my dad's up in his years. At one point he actually was on hospice, and then through a lot of work, he started getting a lot better and all that kind of stuff. So it's very, very hard to get him to go anywhere. He does have some medical stuff with him that, you know, we'd have to figure out how to move that with him as well. But he would like to take a ride in this car. The one thing I'm going to have to figure out is if I can lean the front seat back a little bit, because if he sits up like a 90-degree angle for too long, his blood pressure drops and he starts turning white, starts sweating, and then we got to immediately find out how to get him back into his bed before he starts getting sick. So I'm trying to make this the safest I can. That's why I went with 4-wheel disc brakes all the way around. I'm not putting any kind of powerhouse motor or anything like that in it right now. I literally just want to get this thing set up so that he can cruise in it. I'm going to be doing different things on it. I want to get all the brake lights redone on it. I'm looking at suspension stuff. Should I, like, tubular A-arms, should I go with those? Is it better? Is it safer? Better? Whatever. You know, if I got to go with cheap eBay ones or if I got to go with higher end ones. There's also other stuff. I'm going to be swapping the gauge. Hardly any of my gauges work, so I want to swap out the gauges and get those all refreshed and clean, so I'm not running out of gas with him in the car. So they can see if the car's going to overheat or anything like that. You know, there's a lot of different options to get this car solidly on the road. But I'm not saying that, you know, it's at risk for anything. But he's up in his years, so I don't have like 5 years to finish this car. I have like 5 months to finish this car, or at least get it close enough to be able to get things done. That's why I don't mind being out here. Well, I mean, it's warmer today. It's 50-something degrees out here, so that's not bad. I'm actually got the garage open and I'm letting air out. But this is the reason why I'm trying to get this done. This is one of the reasons why I mean, he's a 20-year veteran. And I want to take him out in a classic car. Like, I think it'd be a lot of fun. Hold on one second. My door keeps on and opening up. The wind is catching it. My door doesn't latch all the way. So give me 1 second here. Like I said, as far as the interior and stuff like that, that's good for now to work with. You know, I don't remember if it has seat belts in it. I'll have to check and see. I need at least one for the passenger side, so that if I hold on 1 second. I need one for at least the passenger side. So if he's in here, I want him to be as safe as possible. 1 second again. Now I'm trying to document all this the best I can. There are some gauges on the inside. I don't know if they work. I don't know. Like, I mean, they were accessory gauges put in after the fact. I don't know anything about those. I don't know if they work or whatever. Frankly, I kind of want to just get rid of them. I'm looking at doing the, I forget the brand of it. It's like an updated console that has pretty much everything right there. So I can see Dakota Digital, that's what it's called. I'm kind of looking at doing the Dakota Digital gauges in here. And then I'm also looking at some more suspension stuff back and forth in here. I've got a few spots that I need to weld in. Also looking at possibly doing EFI on here. So I've been looking into Holley. A lot of people like them. They have their quirks. I've been looking at I can't think of it right now. There's like 3 or 4 brands that I've been looking at, and each one has its own thing. I know some people, a lot of people use the Holley Dominator or Terminator or whatever it is. Some people have been using the Eufy, no, not Eufy, Phytech. There you go, Phytech. And then there's an Edelbrock one, and I've talked about these before in my previous videos. Let me see if I can get a light here for you and kind of go. You guys give me some help on what you guys think I should do. I've got 2. It looks like 2 Rochester carbs that's sitting inside the car right now, and it looks like there's a Rochester carb that's sitting on the car itself. So let's look at that real quick, and then we'll go over some more. All right, here's currently what I'm working with now. I did go get a new battery to throw in here. It does have an alternator on here already. There's the brake booster or brake master cylinder. It is pretty much shot, so I already have a replacement for that. I bought a new coil for it, as you can probably see over there. Distributor, I'm probably going to replace that or replace the guts on the inside of it. Here's the carb here. See if I can get a little bit better. And so this is I believe it's a Rochester, and everything's run to it. Like I said before, somebody tried to put some work into this. It's actually got an Edelbrock valve or manifold on here, Mickey Thompson valve covers. It's got the horns for the exhaust, which I want to probably swap those out. I need to clean underneath here really bad. A lot of the I think a lot of the hoses are missing in here. What else? Steering column. I haven't really worked on trying to figure that out yet. It seems to turn fine, but I want to make sure everything with that is legit. You probably can't see that down in there. Hold on, I have a light in my pocket here. I always carry a light with me. Alright, so here's the steering column. It goes all the way down. It looks like a lot of the mounts and stuff are good. Some of them could probably use for a touch-up. Some of the wiring in here is not the best. Let's see here. Alright, the other thing is it's still got I think 15-inch wheels on here, which is fine. I'll run those for a while. I do at some point want to upgrade I think it's Rapid Racing or something like that. They've got some cool, like 18s or 17s. I don't know, something like that. They're kind of like a flat dish. Any case, for now, what I'm planning on doing is I was gifted these a while back ago, so I wanted to run these. I've got 15-inch. So I was going to run them on one of my Volkswagens, but I've got these 15-inch. I'm going to clean them up. I used the stuff called Neverdol. They were rusty and everything, and I ran Neverdol on them and it cleaned them up really, really nice. In any case, I got a full set of these, so I wanted to run these for a little while. Right now, currently on here, I believe I've got Corvette hubcaps on here. I mean, they're alright. Like, I'm one of those people. It's just kind of a little bit different. So, it's kind of like there's a whole mess of stuff sitting over there right now. But one of the things that I'm going to be doing is I want to run drive-in movie speakers. I've got a set of them over here, and I actually had them hooked up in my bus. I had them hooked up to the stereo. I'm going to redo the speakers inside of the actual drive-in movie speakers so you can hang them on the window or whatever. And then when you're driving down the road, obviously hang them inside or what, all that kind of stuff. But I want to redo those, get those sounding good, all that kind of stuff. I'm looking at probably getting at least 2 more so I can put them in the back. So if we stop at a car show, not sure what happened, my GoPro just shut off on its own, so that's what I'm recording this with. I was going to get my full camera set up and all that kind of stuff out here, but since I'm walking around and talking, it's just a little bit easier to go ahead and use the GoPro. Any case, I want to get those set up, and then that way, you know, it's kind of unique, kind of fun, something different. I also have a older taxi sign that I plan on putting on the top of here, but I don't want to mess up the roof. The roof on this is actually in great condition. Let me go ahead and show you here. So we power washed it, cleaned it off, even the rain gutters, all that kind of stuff. The roof is solid. Like, I got a big blanket sitting up here, but you can see like there's not really any spots or anything like that. And then back here, I still have to get, I'm missing the trim, the rubber seal that goes around this. So right now it currently leaks. That's where a lot of this down here, and then a lot of this here got messed up because it was just leaking down in here. Now this one's got the seal on it here, but the one up here does not have the seal on it. So I need to actually get that fixed and cleaned up and whatnot. And then I think there's a seal. Oh no, that was where the looks like where the headliner or something attached in there. That's been kind of tore out, so I'm going to clean all that up as well. There's still a few things in here that I really want to get all cleaned up so that it looks nice. My end goal after my dad rides in it and stuff like that is I'm a photographer by trade. So I plan on doing something kind of special with this area here. I want to build a rack unit that slides out all the way, you know, all the way out to here or whatever, that I can put like my camera case and gear and all that kind of stuff, and then slide the whole unit out. It was called a handyman for a reason. These were great for, I guess they, at one point they had a table set up in these and you could slide it out and it had machining equipment and all that kind of stuff. Well, I figured I'd use it for my skill set. So that's one of the things I'd like to do, is to build some kind of slide out rack. It doesn't have to be a tall, you know, not very tall, just kind of, just so I could slide my stuff out, be able to access it, all that kind of stuff. Also, there's a few other things. I'm going to be upgrading most of the lights on here to LED, just so, again, I'm taking my father in this, so I don't really want to go where I think something's going to fail. So if it takes me a little bit longer to get it done, then that's what I'll do. I know, like, I haven't even tried like the windshield wipers. I know the lights in this thing are kind of finicky. They half work, they half don't. So I'm gonna have to work on those. If you look inside here, like I said, not sure the speedometer works, to be honest. Not sure half the other gauges in here actually work. Heater and all that kind of stuff, not sure if that works. Radio turns on, but doesn't really play anything out. It just might not be hooked up in here. I know there's a few fuses I need to work on. It still has the glass fuses in here. I've been doing some electrical testing on that. The B&M shifter that it has in here, not sure I'm a fan of that either. But if, like I say, I'll work with what I've got to work with. There's a crack in the passenger rear window there in the bottom corner. This passenger window has a crack in it, and this driver's side window has a crack in it. But it's a two-plated glass, so it hasn't shattered all the way through. So currently, until I find another option, I will be running those. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, what I should do as far as like suspension. I want to replace the shocks on it. I've already got 2-inch drop spindles on here, so that will lower it down just a little bit in the front. As far as the rear, probably going to drop that down a little bit. I know the exhaust is in shambles right now. I mean, the pipes run all the way back, but right behind where the muffler is to the pipe, it's actually severed on one side. So I need to get underneath there and at least work on that, getting that figured out. Also, maybe new hood hinges on here, since currently I'm having to use like a stick to hold this thing up. I don't think those are working too well. I don't know. There's lots of possibility and options, and I'm pretty much doing this by myself. I don't know a whole lot of people in my area that work on cars. So, like I said, this is something I wanted to do. I love this car, and it'd be fun to take my dad out in it. You know, even if it's only for 1 trip or 2 trips, it's going to be completely worth it to be able to do it in the long run. I do have to get keys for this. The keys, something happened with the keys on it. Around that's rusted just a tiny little bit. Shock mounts back there. So it really doesn't look too bad. The interior definitely needs some work. Definitely needs some work. But overall, I'd say this is awesome. Not sure what I want to do with the spare tire well yet. I know some people have talked about, or at least I've talked about, putting a bigger gas tank in here, which I'd have to cut that out. I also thought about, since it's empty, maybe putting a subwoofer in there. I could pad it all the way around and then make that into a sub box, which would be kind of cool, because I could put a decent sized sub in there and make it sound pretty decent, and you know, it'd be out of the way, you wouldn't see it. Then I could work on the rest of the car. I've got to work on, looks like the cable that holds the tailgate up. I only have one in right now. It looks like the other one's missing, so I'm going to have to fix that. Other than that, what do you guys think? I think it looks pretty good. Alright.